Welcome to Saber Gaming. This will be my first season of Let's Play Subnautica, a guide to survive. Let's get started. Here we go.
Failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship. Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, here we go. We've obviously just crash landed in our escape pod, and she's on fire. Alright, so just look around real quick, grab our trusty fire extinguisher, put the flames out. Alright. Put our trusty tablet boot up.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This
Optimal.
PGA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
All right. Now, depending if you're new to the game or as I have played over, according to Steam, over 700 hours logged in Subnautica, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have everything you need to last at least for a couple of days. All right. Now, what we're going to do, and what I truly suggest, and depending on what your intentions are of the game, some people want to finish the storyline, some people like to build bases. I like to do a little bit of both at the same time. But first things first, let's go take a look outside. All right.
Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown.
Just put this away.
Life signs detected.
As you've gathered, we're alone on a very big, wet water world. The destroyed ship in front of you is the Aurora, and for the time being, we're not going to go anywhere near it. It's not safe to do so. But what I do recommend is you take the time and enjoy the graphics, the view, okay? I often play this game just to chill and to relax, all right? So as you can see, there's nothing around us but water. We'll head back inside. This is your escape pod. You have a health kit that regenerates. You see the timer here. It doesn't take too long. All right, and you see a bunch of fizzled out electronics that we're going to fix shortly. And this is your fabricator. All right, this is your lifeline out here. I do, at this point in the game, use a few mods, which I will list below as I add them. The ones I like to use the most and are strictly for navigation and organizational purposes, and it helps you find your way. What I will do is guide you through the game and show you tips how to survive, how to navigate through the game, and if you'd like to add the mods later on or to start off with, I will again indicate them in the bottom. So one of the mods that I do like to use is the map mod. You can get them on Nexus. They're very easy to install. They have tutorials and everything, but this is really what helps you navigate through the game. It's really good for checking off wreckage once you've investigated it. It helps you find your way through different biomes. Okay, it's really a handy thing. Otherwise, the original game, all you have is this screen, and you have to drop beacons to be able to find your way through. Okay, I encourage you to go look through the messages. You can play through them. Okay, these are all the messages we just heard through the PDA, and as they come through the game, you will see them. This is your inventory. This is what you carry. Very little space to carry things as you build your bases, as we develop our vehicles to travel through the water. You will get more, which is also another mod I like to use, the auto storage, which facilitates keeping your stuff in order. But I'll go through that as we get there. For now, let's take a look and see what's in the water. Again, take the time to look around. Which we want to do at this time is gather some resources to be able to build some tools. The first priority would be, of course, food and batteries. To build a battery, you need certain objects. We also want to increase our oxygen because we only have 45 seconds at the moment to be able to breathe underwater. Right, so just look around. Yeah, see, now I got a surface. Okay. So first thing, we need these mushrooms. All right. We also need copper outcroppings, which I can't really see any at the moment. Oh, these limestones are what you need to. Perfect. We have our first copper.
Component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Yeah.
Oxygen.
Metal scraps. For the first day or two, I recommend just to stay close to your life pod, which is this one here. You have a little silhouette beacon, if you will, to keep track of it underwater, especially if you tend to wander far away. Okay, so you just want to gather these little outcroppings. Titanium, which you require a lot of. Okay, now these little wrecks are very handy, especially in the beginning. I have to go build a scanner, but this grab trap debris and all the little things you can scan here help you build things later on for survival. This is a gas pod. You do not want to hang out with this thing for the time being. It releases these little pods that are really toxic to your life. And we will be returning here once we have a scanner to pick up all these objects that we're going to need to survive. Pick up a few more of these. We'll just grab the metal salvage, which comes in really handy. It gives you 4 titanium once you put it through the fabricator. We're going to want to build a knife to be able to collect coral. And we're also going to want to hunt fish to eat. So here we go. To build titanium from the scrap. And now that we have some copper, we can build ourselves a battery. The batteries are key to your survival. They power all your tools.
Acquired.
They will also help build your power cells for later constructions. There's a waterproof chest we can build later. Right now I want to go to tools and go ahead and build a scanner.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Oh, and you also have a storage unit here. We have food and some water. There's also flares, which I have never used. Alright, now we have a scanner. To put it on your toolbar, you just click on the item with your cursor and hit 1.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
Okay, so at some point, and it's starting to get dark, it's a starship, right? So it has radiation emissions that will become more dangerous later. Over here, you'll see that we have 3 gauges. You have your water, which is blue, your food, which is yellow, and this is your overall health. And in this gauge here is your oxygen. Run out of either or, you're dead. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and eat. All right, we'll give ourselves a shot of water. Now, it's getting dark, so now's a good time for me to give you just a little tip on resource gathering. You can see plenty of wildlife here in the ocean depths. So you have peepers, which we'll try to catch one.
New creature discovered.
This is a rabbit fish. You cannot eat them. So the fish at night get a little more lethargic. They don't move around as much. Right now it's a bit dark. I just gotta wait for the moonlight to come out. But they're called air bladders, and these are they're pink and they look like giant air balloons. You catch those for water, and the best time I find to hunt them is at night because they have a tendency to stick around. Unfortunately, I can't really see any at the moment. And you don't want to wander too far off in the dark because you can't see. And there are, this is the safe shallows. There aren't too many dangers in this area, but you still need to be careful and look around. Okay, so what we'll do is go into the food section. Now you have water, cooked food, and cured food. Later on, we'll be collecting salt. It's good to travel with the fish, better cured. That way they last longer and they don't decay. But if you just cook a fish, like this peeper here, we'll just cook a couple up.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Okay, so the fabricator makes it safe for us to eat. Now, if you click on the icon of the cooked fish, you see it says cooked peeper. It's worth 32 food and 5 water, okay? Later, there'll be fish that are higher in proteins and higher in water content, which I like to eat more, but that's in a different biome that I'll show you later. But for the moment, you have to eat these as soon as possible because they will decay. Now you see my meter just jumped up. Okay, I'll eat this one as well. My water shot up a little bit. Some fish reduce water, have more calories. All right. So now we have a scanner. We'll just load that. Now, there are a lot of things you can just scan, okay? For informational purposes. These guys are a little quick. Okay, you can scan the weeds, and if it's scannable, the icon will show up in the bottom right corner over here. Okay, we have some of those. Table coral, which is good for water.
Oxygen.
Now the next thing I want to do is increase my oxygen. Okay. The blueprints for those things are in the fabricator. That's a radio. Okay. Equipment. Okay, so right now we have enough titanium for a standard O2 tank, which we'll go ahead and make. Now see how it was 45, it shot up to 75. This is good. Later on we'll find other blueprints to increase the oxygen even more. I will show you where to go for those things, but for now, okay. There's a bladderfish right there.
New creature discovered.
Okay, you want these to create
Alien life
water.
forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
You swim faster with empty hands, so if you want to empty whatever was in your hand, just hit the E button and it'll put things away. Okay, see this really big fish over here? This is called a stalker. You don't want to get too close to these guys. They live in this kelp zone over here.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna try to scan him while he's not moving. Yeah, they like to chew on you. These come in handy later because they eat anything metal. So any scrap metal you can find, they like to bring them to you. Their teeth are also very handy
Oxygen.
to build reinforced glass. See, I'm so used to having big air tanks, I forget that I need to surface more often. Okay, these gas pods as well, which also live in the shallows and in the dunes, which is a region you really don't want to go into at the moment. Okay, you want to kind of hang out in these safe shallows because there's some really nasty stuff out here. I just want to show you the dangers of these fellows. See these little pods? You do not want to be caught in them. They explode and they will suffocate you. All right. Just want to go back and see what I need for other resources. This is a Leviathan reefback. Oh, as I mentioned earlier, you really don't want to go close to the Aurora at the moment. There's also very nasty things that live around here that you do not want to mess with at the moment. Okay, so try to stay away from the Aurora. Okay, so see, another health pack is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and use one just to bring my health up. Okay, so what you want to do is cook up your bladderfish for water. At the beginning, water drains very quickly. I like to get lots of fish for food consumption and water. You can also make disinfected water. What you need is bleach, which I believe is salt and coral. And you can make bigger bottles of water that way as well. I don't really use this system very often, but I like to use the bladderfish until I get the proper equipment to make real water. Okay, you can also eat them. All right. All right, let's head back into the water. You can feed these guys peepers out of your hand. They become like tamed, friendly, and won't attack, and they'll bring you scrap metal. Okay, got a good place to find resources. Go ahead and scan him. They're not going to catch him. What I want to do now is get rubber, which you have to go into this. It's called a kelp zone. which is just outside of your safe shallows, which is all around your pod, which is this little forest here. It's also the home of these guys. See these little bulbs here? This is what you need to make rubber. So we'll just go ahead and scan it. It's called creep vine. Now, you just grab a couple of these.
30 seconds. New blueprint.
All right. You also need creep vine to make mesh, which is good for construction, and health kits if you need it.
An unusually distinct and diverse ecological biome.
So again, you can see the little silhouette of your pod. Try to swim faster here. Which fins also make it easier to catch fish, so you can eat. Later you'll have a grab trap, which attracts the fish to the trap and holds them there, so it's way easier to retrieve required food, which now we have a scanner we can go get very shortly. Alright, so the resource tab. The creep vine clusters also make lubricant, which you need for vehicle creation and certain equipment machines. But for now, we're just gonna create some rubber. Go ahead and make it all. Wow, it took quite a bit. All right, now go into equipment, fins. Okay.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Okay. So now you hit tab again. Now this is your inventory. As you create equipment, tools, they automatically fall into certain slots. Okay, so now we have fins, we can swim faster, we have a standard O2 tank, we can breathe a little bit better underwater. All right, now the fish I can just put away for now. The other thing I want to mention, you can keep fish indefinitely if you don't cook them. Okay, I've put fish in storage and left them there my entire game. They do not decay, they do not rot for some reason. So if you want to store fish, you can go ahead and just put it in your storage and they will be fine as long as you don't cook them. If you want to cook them ahead of time, you have to make sure that you cure them. So we'll go ahead and make a bit of more water. Very important that you keep an eye on this. You know, if you have to spend 5 minutes just gathering food, I highly recommend it, because once you start really playing the game, you don't notice and you run out of food and you will die. All right, now we can make a knife with the rubber. So we got a piece of titanium, silicone. The knife is really handy to defend yourself against certain predators, not all of them, and to gather coral, creep vine, which is the green part of the vine, not the yellow. Okay.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Okay.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Again, the onboard computer in our swimsuit is letting us know that the Aurora is not in good condition, and at some point will explode. You also need to be ready for that. Anything you scan shows up in this library. Okay, like I said, scan anything you can, especially if it's your first time playing and you want to read up on stuff. It's just interesting. Sometimes it tells you if the so here's the scan on the stalker. Okay, it says the teeth are used for other crafting. Yeah, so here it's stalker teeth may have applications in enamel glass creation. As they pick up the metal, you can hear the teeth break off and you can see them drop. So at some point you can search for them. Once we have a scanning room built, we'll be able to add that. So here's the things you can build. They're in the blueprints. As you unlock new blueprints, they show up. New foods. Okay, so now we want a high capacity tank, so I need some glass, which we need quartz, titanium, and some silver ore. You can also dive off the top there if you like. Okay. Now, you will find titanium and copper in this shallow zone here. Okay, I'll just change the color to the biome. It's the gray part. The green parts are the kelp zone. The red parts are the red grassy zones. A little more dangerous to travel in. Oh yeah, I want to scan that grav trap. Okay, so all the wreckages have spare little parts around. Okay, so we'll scan this fragment. Okay, so one of two. We need to find another one, which is scattered all over here in this zone. What we also want to find are the sea glide parts and the mobile water bay parts. Those are the things that help you move around vehicles. So check the wreckage in these crates. Here's a piece of the sea glide. Okay, these crates, very important. They don't all have things in them. There we go. Now we can build ourselves a sea glide, which helps you move underwater very easily.
30 seconds.
Tick tock, tick tock. I want to pick this stuff up. All right. Swim to the surface really quickly. Again, keep an eye on your stats. You see my water is going down. Oh, perfect. The parts change every time I start a new game. So, like the first time I played, this wreckage had beacons that help you find your way. Without the mods, that's the only way you can navigate through the water. And getting a compass, which I will show you where to find it shortly. Okay, so these giant coral tubes help you make water. Grab a knife. Okay.
30 seconds.
Gather the coral. Don't get too close to Mr. Gasopod here. All right. Put the knife away, swim a lot faster. What I want to build is this. So I need another copper ore. Again, the grab trap is utilized to catch fish. We also got to repair our pod. I also need the sea glide. I need copper wire. So what we really need to do is harvest copper. And again, it's dark out. Good time to catch your bladderfish. Okay. Oh, I let it go. I haven't played this in a while, so my controls here are a little rusty. You can never have too much bladderfish. Now you don't want to wander off too far.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah, see, I need water. Catch a few of these peepers as well. Okay. Now, wander off too far, get lost. Look for your pod beacon. Okay. You can turn this on and off if you hit tab. And the eye here, you can change a color too if you want. If you want to make it red. We need some air. Okay, all these tools to help you navigate. Okay. For those of you who have been playing for a while, or if you're new to the game, okay, there's a mod on Nexus Mods. They're free. I'll put a link below. Okay, it indicates where you are. Eventually, when we find the compass, it'll have a navigational arrow showing which direction you're facing. Okay, so this was the wreck that I found earlier where we found the grab traps. So once I'm done with it, just click it and make it dark. So I know I've already been there. I don't have to go back. Okay, very handy. And as you travel, this gets bigger. But at first you want to hang out in the shallows. Okay, you might want to go in the kelp forest once we have the sea glide to find silver and lead, what we'll need for a radiation suit later. But you want to keep close to here because there's some really nasty creatures that you don't want to deal with. Okay, I just want to check what we need to build bleach. What do we need for bleach? Hold on. What do we need for bleach? Okay, salt. There's salt everywhere in the game. It's on the ground, on the bottom of the ocean. Later we'll be able to build water dispensers that will also filter out salt. You can eat the fish raw as well, but it's not as nutritious as if you were to eat it cooked. And salted fish, of course, drain your water because it's salty. Oh, so just make ourselves some more water here. Okay. Once we get the sea glide, you're going to want to make your repair tool, which will fix our pod. We'll also want to make a habitat builder. This requires a lot of resources, silver, gold, I believe, to make your computer chip, but allow us to start building habitats, storage. Okay, more storage. Okay, you can eat these too. These boomerangs. Pretty much anything you can get your hands on, except for the bigger fish like the rabbits and the stalkers. Okay, peepers actually close their eyes at night. They're a little harder to find. Okay. Yeah. So you will spend a few days just gathering resources. Okay. I like to take my time. I like to do it right. I like to learn my surroundings. Okay. Especially if you don't have any mods, you don't have the map, navigating is very difficult. You have no idea where you are, and you can easily get lost. Hey, I gotta drink a lot of water here. I'm gonna eat my fish, because they will decay if you do not. Okay. I'm going to store the coral in the battery. Wow, we got a lot of rubber out of that one. They've recently updated the game too, like these first aid kits were red and white. Now they're green, just like in Below Zero. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that. You see, I put the fish here. It won't decay because it's not cooked. All right, let's take a look here again. Tools. I want to build this. I need more copper. Okay. Every second outcropping normally becomes copper. Wow, a lot of them over here. Let's catch a few of these while we have access to them. We also need quartz, which is in the caves down here. You don't want to come in here too often. Creature eggs, which I'll explain later. Okay, this is quartz. This is, see that? That's a crash fish. They blow up. They are a pain, and they're all over the place in these little caves. I need to get the heck out of here. Okay, we were lucky there. They went the other way. Okay. Also, you can make a oh, gotta need air. Hurry up or I'm gonna die. Gonna cut it close. Oh. Alright. What do we got here? Quartz is, again, handy for making glass. Okay. Little caves in here, perfect for quartz. Oh, brain coral, very handy when you're in deep and you need oxygen. You can just sit over and the bubbles replenish your air. Okay. Here's some more.
Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Gasopod egg. Later you can build aquariums to hold them in. Okay, that was a message. The Aurora is about to blow. Don't need to worry about it unless you get too close. Okay, grab some scrap metal. These outcroppings respawn eventually. Okay, so given time, they will come back. At some point, you'll have a scanner to be able to find all this stuff. Hey, how much? Okay, we have enough, I think, to make our sea glide, which will make swimming a lot easier.
Oxygen.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh. I need copper wire. Okay. To make copper wire, you need 2 copper. Most used metals are titanium and copper. You need them to build your toys. Okay. Lubricant. Did I have a spare? Oh, no. Okay. I have to go back. Over here. Real quick. See how they're playing with the metal here? They love this stuff. And if you swim around where the metal piles up, you'll find their teeth. If they're not trying to eat you. Which she is. She's coming after me. I just want to steal a couple of these real quick. So your basic resources are real close to your pod. You don't need to wander too far off. Oh, this is great. You can use this for thermal power, and it's right next to our pod. So our primary base that we're going to build, we're going to use that geyser to help power our base. It's fantastic. Okay, we'll just build this. I'm running out of air again.
Oxygen.
Whew. Okay. Lubricant, yes.
Lubricant
All right.
is essential in construction.
Sea Glide, here we go.
Power plants.
Fantastic. Now we have our Sea Glide. Rock and roll. Okay.
And stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
You just hit W to swim as normal. This has a little map, a little light to help you get. You see how much faster we're swimming. It's just handy to help you get around to surface. Okay. Until we're able to get the sea moth. This will help you get around, helps you catch fish way faster. Okay. And we'll end the episode here. I don't want to make these too long. Next episode, we'll make the grab trap, and I'll show you how to look for silver and lead. So, my name is Saber. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit like. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. Leave comments below, and we'll catch you next time.